Hello everyone, I'm Admin1 of NEFX and I am welcoming you to the 2023 NEFX Summer Slaughterfest. Now you may be wondering, first of all, do you know about the new marathon game? Yes, I do, and I'll touch on that in a bit. And for another thing, you may be wondering, well, how soon is it happening this time? Summer doesn't happen until late June. Well, that's true, but I thought I'd start this a bit earlier because, for one thing, as some of you may relate, I still kind of mentally associate May, especially late May, with summer, maybe in part because that's often when historically summer vacation would start when I was in school and whatnot. And it does feel sufficiently like summer to warrant that in a way. But there are a few other things for consideration. For one thing, I recently was laid off from my job, and thankfully I got some severance, some liquidated PTO, and some advance pay cycle stubs for the next several weeks that will carry me through July. And although I am going to be spending each and every one of these days, some of that time searching for jobs, obviously job searching is not really an 8-hour-a-day job unto itself, so I'm going to have plenty of free time, and it seems like it'd be a waste to not use it. So I'm going to be sort of LARPing as like a professional gamer for a bit there. And also, my girlfriend moved in with me a few months ago, and I'm in a dinky studio apartment. So, although she's aware of the upcoming videos and she seems to be fine with it, it'd probably generally be better for me to play during the times when she's not here, because you don't have to worry about stuff like if I'm going to be playing late in the hours when she's ready to go to sleep or something like that. So, and there may come a time later on in the summer where I'm playing in the hours when she's home, and so I'll have to probably turn off the face cam because she might not want to be perhaps inadvertently captured in the camera and whatnot. But anyway, what am I going to be playing for the Summer Slaughterfest this time? Well, there's going to be a mix of new and old, popular and unknown. First of all, of course, I'd be remiss if I did not play Apotheosis X. That's like the big hot new one that everyone's gunning for, which has some very impressive graphics, sounds, scope, etc. So that's definitely on the agenda. But another thing, as some of you may be aware, I recently got a vintage iMac, and this will be good for playing games that utilize the old Marathon engine, but were not Marathon games themselves, nor have they yet been ported to ALF1 due to some different technical challenges there. And the main one of that is Prime Target. So I'd like to play Prime Target on the old iMac and record myself doing it. That seems like a very summer game to me for some reason. And another underdog, sort of, is a lesser known scenario that I actually uploaded a video trailer for, not my own, but the one that was packaged with the scenario back in the day from, I think, 1998, Marathon Courier 11. That was seemingly made by a couple of teens or really young adults, and the reason why I've decided to put it on the agenda for this Summer Slaughterfest is that one of the authors for that game, found that re-upload of the trailer and commented on it and seemed interested in me playing it, so I told him that I would. Now, to the point of well-known, popular candidates, I'm also planning on playing Astoria, the new kind of RPG element infused marathon scenario made by people like Deuce Tower, Windbreaker, all your clique favorites, right? That'll be a great one. And then also, I'm going to be delving into Hell Pack because that seems to be right up my alley as far as being more of the experimental, chaotic sort. And amidst all that, there will be miscellaneous bot match videos, online multiplayer videos, especially given that there's been more of an upsurge of participation, probably due to the announcement of the new Marathon game. And I'd like to get around to do some video demonstrations of my own solo levels, which I haven't done in a while. So, roughly speaking, that's the outline for the Total Carnage Summer Slaughterfest of 2023 with NEFX. I look forward to sharing that with you. Who knows how long it will take, but again, I'll be taking a good amount of advantage of most of the month of June spending lots of hours playing this, because that's a pretty golden opportunity, but I don't want to pass up. But who knows, I could somehow not be done with this through the end of summer, depending on what else is going on in my life and also how difficult it is. I mean, I feel pretty confident about my ability to get through all of these except for maybe Hell Pack. I mean, that's implied in the name, and I know that one of the contributors, Cassis/Dis, is one of the most hardcore map designers in the scene, and he's actually made some maps that I haven't been able to quite crack on Total Carnage, although I probably could after a while, but this is one that's going to take me a while, and apparently, to hear it, no one else has beat this scenario, so we'll see. I've beaten Huge, I've beaten Red, I've beaten Evil. Can I beat this? We'll find out. Maybe it'll take me months. And of course, amidst all this, I'll still be up to my usual antics, namely the Total Carnage invent throughs and scroll throughs and such. There will be a lot of writing, reading, some more concrete, some more kind of abstract, esoteric writings, which seems to be very called for given the state of things in the world today. The Blightgeist never seems to quite let up. But there will be that. There will be music tracks, maps, physics files, and or Lewis scripts, general mods, general inventions, maybe even some stuff beyond what I've delivered so far. You'll just have to wait for it. But I don't foresee myself stopping being me. So stay tuned for what happens. Now, as for my thoughts about the new marathon, like a lot of people, I mainly saw the trailer. I was there when the premiere of the content, the sneak peek, dropped, although it didn't really delve into real gameplay footage. It was just kind of a bunch of teasers, some kind of behind-the-scenes interviews, stuff like that. I will say that I think regardless of how good the game is or whether it's my cup of tea, I'm glad that it's happening because it'll bring more views to the community, to the old games, to the multiplayer scene, and for that matter to my channel, because I'll definitely be playing when it comes out. Of course, there are a few concerns, such as, when will it come out, how much money will I need to pay for the desktop PC I'll need to use to play this thing. And I do say PC because I'm definitely a keyboard and mouse player, not really good at console controllers and shit, so at least not for FPS. Inevitably we'll have to deal with some of the, shall we say, jockier segments of the newer Bungie fan base that cropped out in the wake of Halo and Destiny and whatnot, but I think that's a worthy price to pay for the overall resurgence of life that we're getting in the community. I mean, just in that day alone, I saw so many people clogging up the voice chat and such, and by that time we finally got like 2 6-player net games for the old game in Aleph 1, so that's a good sign. Now, of course, are we ever going to get back to where we were in 97? No, but every little bit of kickback we can get, I think we should take. So far, I'm pretty neutral on the game itself. I'm willing to give it a try. Again, I do intend to play it and upload playthrough videos of it when it comes out, whenever that is. Hopefully I'll have the right hardware by then. But regardless, it's not really going to bug me or break my heart or anger me or something if the game just isn't quite what I'm into. The way I look at it is that it's basically like a fan mod. I play a lot of fan mods for Marathon, and some of them are, including my own, not quite what the vision of the original game was. They just happen to use certain core concepts or assets or what have you, take it in their own direction. So that's how I'm looking at it with this. Other than Jason Jones, no one who was involved in the original trilogy is involved in this thing. So I just look at it like a fan mod that has a whole lot of money and horsepower behind it and push behind it in such a way that we're getting new people coming in and will for years more. Keep in mind, of course, I'm not very familiar with a lot of the newer games or trends of newer games, particularly AAA ones. So a lot of the people have said something like, oh, this is not my marathon, or that they're annoyed with the trends of, say, Battle Royale or PvP or whatever they're talking about, extraction shooters. I'll admit I'm totally unfamiliar with a lot of this stuff, so to me this is like a totally new thing. And admittedly, the only reason I'm touching it is because it's a marathon game. So this should be an interesting new perspective for me. I would not be opposed to playing it, and I, of course, enjoy multiplayer marathon, so we'll just see how it goes. I'm not, getting ecstatic about it, and I'm not disappointed about it. I just think that more than anything, it's a net positive because of what it's going to bring to the community and to NEFX, really. So that sums up my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you think of that and of the plans for the Summer Slaughterfest. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.